Hey everyone, Kirk here from Kirk's Aquariums. Hope you and your fish are doing well. Today I'm going to do a bit of a fish room update yet again. So it's been about a month since my last video and I do apologise, there's been some stuff going on. But today is going to be a full day in the fish room. We're going to go from feeding baby brine shrimp, selling some baby fish to my local fish shop, moving some fish around and just some future plans for the fish room. So sit back and enjoy the show. So one of the other things I want to talk to you guys about, I'm going to do a little bit more educational sort of videos because not everyone has a fish room. I didn't have a fish room at one point either, and I really wish I had a bit more knowledge before setting up a fish room, but here we are 3 years later with a fish room. So I am going to start doing a bit more educational fish keeping videos, mainly just because I want other people to be helped, and yeah, I just want to share my experiences because I've definitely not done everything right in my first ever fish room. So without all that out of the way, we'll basically keep going. I'm going to show you guys some baby guppies, heaps of other baby fish that have been growing out, and I've actually been talking to my local fish shop owner. Tomorrow I have organised to go and sell him some fish, some baby angelfish and some red cherry shrimp again. So the red cherry shrimp have been doing really well. They've been growing great. I've been actually selling a fair few of them and they've been making some decent profit for me. So I'm going to try and keep them as my staple. I've really been focusing on red cherry shrimp, and I'm going to try and get myself into some more different varieties of shrimp as well. Like you've got your blue neocaradinas, like your blue dream shrimp. I wouldn't mind getting some of your yellow shrimp or some like red rilly shrimp as well. But we'll see. We'll just take the profits that we get from selling the red cherries and invest that into a broodstock colony of blue dream shrimp or something like that. So back to fish, because that's what we're all here about. So the tanks behind me, as you can see, we've got guppies like crazy, and we've got platies, bristlenose, and over here in the other corner, try and point my finger there, you can see we've got some angelfish. So I'm just going to take you through these tanks now, and I'll show you what's been going on in them. So, sorry for the reflection. We have got maybe a week and a half, 2 week old baby angelfish in here. They're all spread out so you can't see the huge numbers in here, but we do have a small spawn of longfin albino bristlenose growing up in here as well. They're actually eating all this algae. I've only put them in here maybe about less than a week ago because they were holding my beautiful pair of red koi angels. I've moved them out of this tank because I didn't want them to breed. I've got too many baby fish as it is, and when you own a small fish room, you kind of need to pick what you're going to breed. So had to make some space for these guys to grow up because they couldn't stay in the small tank they were in. I've got some B-roll footage of them when they were first couple of days old. I'll put that up on the screen now for you, and then we'll move next door. These are the angelfish that are still in this smaller tank. I am selling the bigger batch of angels, which are down over there. I am selling them tomorrow to my local fish shop, and then the rest of these are going to go grow up in that bigger tank. So hopefully in another 2 or 3 weeks time, I'll be able to sell all of these baby angels, and in about 2 or 3 weeks time, these guys will start growing up pretty well, have that angelfish shape start of showing them, and we can start splitting them up and doing lots of 25 to 30 at a time. But as you can see, they've grown up a little bit now since the last video. In the last video, you couldn't quite tell which ones were going to be koi and not. It's been a month. This one here that I'm focusing on, nice koi pattern on him, and there's a few others in the batch too. So that is what's going on the angelfish front. We've got 2 tanks full of baby angelfish here, and another tank down the bottom there of bigger baby angelfish ready to be sold. So down here, I have been going crazy on the red tuxedo guppies. So this is the broodstock tank. It's quite a big tank. It's 2 feet front to back by about 2 feet width as well. Almost 2 feet high. It's about 1.5 feet. Picked it up second hand. Been a great tank, and it has just been pumping out, as you can see, baby guppies. I need to get these babies out and put them in another tank. But as you can see, I'll try and get over from the top. I'm on my little rolly chair. You can see there's plenty of guppies hiding out in the guppy grass. And down here, I really like these guys, but just thought, quick little update, growing them out. Here's a tank just filled with baby guppies,
and we've got some more, sorry for the reflection, longfin albino bristlenose growing up in this one as well. So a bit of a theme with my fish room at the moment. Almost every single 2-foot tank that I own has got baby bristlenose growing up in it. So lots and lots of baby bristlenose. I'll come up here. These are my little small spawn of turquoise rainbow fish, taking a million years to grow up, but slowly getting there. And again, in with them is a very small but fresh spawn of baby super red bristlenose. So again, every tank at the moment is filled with baby fish of some sort. Moving over next door, we have a spawn of baby Bosmani rainbow fish. These guys have been growing up nicely as well, like all angelfish, just taking forever to grow, but slowly getting there. I'm really excited to get these guys to sellable size and sell them. Hopefully it'll be sort of the same time as the turquoise rainbows. And surprise, surprise, we've also got a bit bigger spawn. These guys are a little bit older, of baby super red bristlenose again. So I've got a lot of batches of super red bristlenose and longfin bristlenose going. And moving over, this tank's a little bit cloudy, sorry, because there's a lot in this tank to be fair. But we've got a spawn, well, a batch of red tuxedo guppies, babies. These are getting ready to be sold. They're all chowing down on the algae wafers that I put in there that are actually designed for the bristlenose, but the guppies will eat whatever. So some males and females in there. So if you're local to Brisbane, these will be hopefully in my local fish shop within the next week or two. I think there's about 30, 35 in here. There's a lot hiding around the back of this Java moss, as you can see. And then we've just got a big old spawn of normal bristlenose in here, also about 20. And they're growing up nicely. Problem is, I went to sell my normal bristlenose and another hobbyist kind of I made heaps by accident. Here's some for free pretty much. So kind of flooded my local fish shop with normal bristlenose babies, and can't be angry at them because it's a business. But that's kind of what you have happen sometimes when you're a local breeder, is someone can accidentally breed a lot of one fish and sort of just trade them into their local fish shop, your local fish shop, for some food or some credit or something like that. Next week you come along wanting to sell your guppies or your bristlenose, and your local fish shop goes, sorry, I don't need any this week. So sad reality of it, but you can't help that, and you just got to breed other fish so that you're not reliant on just selling the one type of fish. So I've learnt that at least over the last few years. Over this tank we have really small spawn, but first spawn I've ever had of high fin platies. Basic fish, yet really enjoyable fish. I've actually grown quite fond of my high fin platies. And then we just have some normal albino bristlenose growing up in here as well, with some panda corridoras. So not too much going on in this tank, just everything that you guys seen probably in the last video, grown up a bit bigger because it's been about a month. I'll come down and show you guys a bit better of a shot of these angels that I'm taking into the store tomorrow. So I'm going to film that tomorrow and put all of it in the one video. So seeing this today, I'm going to film again tomorrow of me sort of netting these angels out and taking them to my fish shop, and then sort of just whack it all into one big update video for you guys. So if you're enjoying it so far, let me know down in the comments. I really want to hear from you guys a bit more. Let me know what you guys think of the fish room. If there's anything you guys suggest or anything like that, I'd really like to hear from you guys down in the comments. But these are beautiful looking marbled angelfish. They're going to be a decent price going into the fish shop, my local fish shop. I'm not going to tell you the price of them right now. You can either ring my local fish shop up or go in there and have a look at yourself, but they're going to be a decent price for local bred marbled angelfish. So what else is going on down in this tank? Beautiful bulbitis fern. Struggled with it for a little bit, starting to look really good now. And then we just got our broodstock of Sturbay cories chilling in the back, and my beautiful L015 fleckos chilling down in the bottom in their caves. So not too much in this tank. I'll give you guys a bit more of an update tomorrow when I net them out for the fish shop. Some live baby brine shrimp. Now, I've said this before in a few videos. The one on the left is the one we're about to feed. The one on the right I literally just put on. I was going to film it for you, but it's literally like a teaspoon of brine shrimp eggs, a couple of tablespoons of normal salt with some water, 36 to 48 hours. There you go, brine shrimp.
Not always a successful hatch, but usually 99% of the time, usually pretty good too. So I'm going to show you guys this one here. What we're going to do, and I've shown this a couple of times before, but we're going to show it again. We need to get the eggshells and the actual live baby brine shrimp that's hatched separated. So the first thing I want to do is take away this light that's here, and I usually just turn the light that's above me away. There's still a little bit of light touching it. You can do this other ways, obviously. This isn't just as the way I do it. And then I've got like a little valve here for my air. I turn that all the way off. So now I've got no air going in there at all. And then I can bring over this little light I've got here, and you can see I turn it on, and it's a little flexible light, so it's not the best. But the light attracts the newly hatched brine shrimp to them. And if you've got good quality eggs, all the eggshell should start floating to the top, like you can see here. It's a little bit hard to focus, but you can see all the eggshells starting to form up the top there, and then down here, live baby brine shrimp. So I'm just going to let that sit for a few minutes, and you can really tell the difference now. So the one on the right here is the one I just put on, and the one on the left is what we're obviously about to strain. You can almost hardly see the light behind that bottle. There's that many live baby brine in there. So I'm just going to let that sit for a couple more minutes, and I'll get back to it once we go to strain it. Okay, so it's been a few minutes. We are back, and as you can see, you can't even see the light coming through the bottle, and then up here, all the eggshell. So I'm going to go strain this now, and all I have to do realistically is turn this little valve, and away we go. So I'm turning that valve there now, and it's going straight down, straight into my sieve. And then basically from here, I'm just going to strain this entire bottle until I've got all that beautiful liquid gold into my sieve, and then I'm going to rinse it. I'm going to feed some out to my baby fish. I'm going to put half of it back on, ready for tomorrow morning's feeding. So I'll get that done, and I'll get back to you guys once it's all ready. Okay, so we're back. I've rinsed out this container, put half of the live baby brine back in there with some normal just tap water and some salt. That'll be fine for the next 12 to 24 hours. That'll get me through at least another 2 feedings, and I'll be fine. By the last feeding, you want to make sure you use all of it though, because whatever's left will not be alive after that. So what we're going to feed now is what's left in here. I've gone and strained it, so now all I've got to do is just dip in and feed all my baby fish this lovely live baby brine. Alright, we'll come into this tank first just because it doesn't have a lid on it, so it's nice and easy. Quick little spray in there. These are just like a second batch of red tuxedo guppies. I didn't think they were going to breed this crazy in this tank, but sure enough, here they are. So I might as well put some effort into them and keep them going. And then I'm going to take them over to this one. Very murky, this water, unfortunately. Sorry guys, or cloudy I should say. I put a lot of algae wafers in here earlier, and yeah, there's a lot of bristlenose in the bottom. But I'd say these baby guppies love live baby brine, and we'll keep feeding on. I'll come over, we'll get another dip, as you can see there. We've got some baby rice fish in here, not too many. I think there's about 9, nothing crazy. And then we've got some baby normal bristlenose, which I've shown in the past. There's a fair few in here. I think there's about 30 growing up well. So I've just dropped some in there for them. Squirt in for these broodstock high fin platies. I do this even though the adults eat it. A lot of this will make its way down to the bottom of the tank, and you probably can't see, but there's a lot of little small baby platies hiding along in this Anubias. So we'll move over here. These are the ones that I'm going to raise up and sell. Everything goes nuts for the baby brine shrimp, the live baby brine shrimp. And then we'll come over here. These guys go absolutely wicked nuts when they see it in the tank. Squirt a bit of that in there. You watch this in a sec. Once they realise it's live baby brine, a little bit camera shy, but once they realise that it's food, these guys are going to just attack. As you can see, here they go. So yeah, these are baby Bosmani rainbows, which I showed before. I just thought I'd show them off again, eating live baby brine, because who doesn't like watching baby fish eat live baby brine shrimp? And then I'll move over and I'll put a squirt in for these guys as well, for the baby turquoise rainbow fish, chowing down well on the baby brine. I'm going to see what fish goes nuts for live baby brine. Look at that, it's just absolutely amazing. I'm really happy with these eggs, the quality of these eggs I've found. I'm not going to say their name just yet, I'm doing a bit more testing, but so far, very little eggshell and very high yield when it comes to hatching. These baby angels go nuts for the live baby brine, as you can see, just absolutely smashing away at it. So it's the next morning and we are here. We're going to catch some of these baby angelfish out now, and we're going to take them to my local fish store, Paul's Aquariums here in Brisbane. So there's about 20-25 in here. I think there's about 20 that I'll sell, probably give him a few extra for free to my local fish shop. But we'll get in there now and we'll start catching them, and I'll put the camera down and I'll get back to it once I've caught them all. So these are the shrimp we're going to take into the shop today as well. It's a little bit of a murky water tank as well. It's actually a really small little hexagon tank, so it makes catching these shrimp out of here quite difficult. We did have a big piece of wood in here with some Java fern, but I've pulled that out because it was just becoming too difficult now that I'm selling shrimp a lot more. So when I set this tank up, it was sort of just a trial, just to see if I could keep shrimp alive. I sort of bought like 10 or 20 shrimp, I think. And all of a sudden we end up with like hundreds of shrimp in here, and I end up selling them. So I'm going to catch these guys today as well, and I'll show you them once I've finished catching it all. So we have done catching all the angelfish out of that tank. There's no more in there. There will be once we get home from the fish shop. But there is 20 gold/marbled angels ready to go. They're about that 3.5-4 centimeter size. So they're all good to go. I'm going to put them down in my trusty Woolies bag. Alright, so also we've actually got a lot more than 50 red cherry shrimp in here. I need to get myself some like netting or something like that, instead of using the guppy grass as a bit of like support for the shrimp to hold on to. But I ended up netting out 100 plus, so I'm only going to charge him for 100, but there's definitely more than 100 in here just in case. Same with the angels. I only charged for 20 angels, but I think I put about 24 angels in the bag. So yeah, nice red cherry shrimp, 100 of them going today, and 20 nice size marbled angels. So I will see you guys when I get back from the fish shop. Okay, we are back from my local fish shop. Pretty happy with selling 100 red cherry shrimp and 20 plus a few extra for free of the small angelfish out of this tank here behind me. So what I'm going to do now is the other tank above with the smaller angelfish in it. I am now going to move all of them out and put them down into this bigger tank. That'll just let me feed them a bit heavier. They've got a little bit more water. They'll just grow out a little bit quicker than they will in like a smaller tank. And that way I can just keep hopefully creating a cycle where I never run out of angelfish, but I never have so many that I'm flooded out on angels either. So that's the plan for right now. I'll go and move them and put them in here, and then I'll show you them once they're in. Okay, we are back, and we have successfully moved all these baby angelfish into this bigger grow out tank, and now that's freed up some space up in my smaller 2-foot tank. We've still got some longfin bristlenose growing up in there, and I'll probably maybe throw in something else to grow up in the top, but for now we'll just let it grow with the longfin albino bristlenose. And this tank has now become home to about 50 or 60 baby angelfish, so a little bit more than 25 or 30, but there's a few different like sizes in here. As you can see, there's some smaller ones as well as some like sort of bigger ones, and as those ones get bigger, I'll sell them to the shop. And once the bigger ones get taken out of this tank, these smaller ones, you can see they'll grow up much faster. So that's pretty much a wrap on the fish room update. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know down in the comments. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And with that, I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.